This is a Tsuri Goshi, lifting hip. So as I come up, I want to step and lift him up onto my hip. See that? Everybody see that movement there? I'm lifting up here on my hip. Okay? So I step in here, and I lift him up on the hip, and I'm just now, the other foot, I'm just going to step in front of him, and I toss him. Throwing him along the side. You're not throwing him directly forward. Watch how he throws the angle he throws him. See how he threw him sideways? Let's look at an application of Tsuri Goshi. Tsuri means to lift. You know, like your Tsuri Te, your lifting hand, okay? Tsuri Goshi means lifting hip. And we're going to turn this into kind of a halfway Tsuri Goshi and halfway another technique called Uki Goshi, or straddling or floating hip. And you'll see it's kind of a sideways hip throw, what it is, coming across his body. Not so much sideways, but across his body. So what we're seeing a lot in whether it's judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, whatever the grappling sport is and the jacket sport is, we're seeing a lot of guys bent over like this, right? How many of you have encountered, even in Rondori, somebody's gonna, like, I don't want to get thrown by him anymore, I'm gonna bag out of him, okay? So you see this a lot, right? So a way to counter that is, he doesn't know it, he's really giving you a lot of openings. He's what I call, he's giving me his hips. He's giving me his hips. And that means he's making a hole that I can step through and get those hips in there. Okay, that's what he's giving me his hips to throw. So now, when he's bent over like this, I'm going to think about the grip. Throws start with a grip. So we'll turn around here. Look, the grip is going to be like this. I'm going to get my right hand not over his back, but around his upper arm here, around his deltoid, his shoulder area. And I'm going to grab the judo gi here where it's strong to me. A lot of judo gis are made with the seam here, you know, and that's a good handle. Okay, so that's a good handle to grab there. You got that. And what you want to do is put your heel of your hand. This is very important. The key feature in this throw. Use the heel of your hand a lot. You'll see what I mean in a second. So like this, and clamp him down. So he's bent over. He thinks, oh, he's a power guy too. We're going to have this, you know, two rams butting heads. This thing happen. Right, so we got that. All right, so there's that grip. What I'm doing, I'm effectively what I call killing his shoulder. I'm dominating the whole left side of the shoulder, making it useless to him. Right? So I've got that. Right? On the other hand, I'm going to grab, experiment with the different grips where you want to. Sometimes he might not let you have a hand. You may have to grab him by the lapel. Okay, then you'll do that. But the ideal situation would be if I can grab right around here, around where his elbow is. Okay? Some guys, if they're really far out, and if he's really stuck out, you might have to grab here, really low on the sleeve. See that? Really low on the sleeve. See that? So if I have to do that, that's what I'll do. But a lot of times they'll be close enough you can get your hand right here about the elbow. So I've got a pretty good judo grip here, my kumikata, my gripping. All right, now, what I want to do, I don't want to start facing him. I don't want to be facing him this way. I want to be leading with my foot. In judo, we call it the dayashi, the advancing foot, like dayashi barai. It's dayashi, it's the advanced foot. I always call it the sugar foot. It's like, you know, it's a little, we give him a little sweet to bait him, you know. And I picked that up off wrestling, but the sugar foot there, okay? So I've got my foot pretty much in the middle of his body. See that? So that's the position. You want to start right to finish this right. So start right to finish right. So I've got him here. All right, now what's going to happen, with my left foot, I'm going to step sideways. And as I do that, I'm going to start pulling him and using the heel of my hand to drag him along with me. Okay? So let's look back here. This hand, I'm going to use this I always call it bullying him with your hand. Pushing him with the hand like this. Okay? So as I start to step on, and I'm going to lift him up onto my hip. So this is a Tsuri Goshi, lifting hip. So as I come up, I want to step and lift him up onto my hip. See that? Everybody see that movement there? I'm lifting up here on my hip. Okay? So I step in here, and I lift him up on the hip, and I'm just now, the other foot, I'm just going to step in front of him, and I toss him. Okay, and just hit your hip in front of him, and he's going to go right over that. Okay? Can you do that on Daniel? I know I've seen you do it on people in contests. so watch Derek. Daniel's bent over. he's doing this thing. He's thinking he's safe. He's giving him his hips, isn't he? Okay. He's got a good volley hand here, his Tsuri. Right? He's got the grip. Now, he's leading with his foot, sugar foot, his Dayashi. Now, with his left foot, he's going to step across. He's just pulling it in. Going to put his hip in front of him. There you go. So it's kind of like a uki goshi kind of angle, because it's a straddling hip, but it's still pulling him a lot. So it's very much a Tsuri goshi. Okay? So we got him there. Okay, just do it full speed, just kind of jangle. You're throwing him along the side. You're not throwing him directly forward. Watch how he throws the angle he throws him. See how he threw him sideways? So look at the direction. A lot of times our hip throws go this way, don't they? If I want to load him up, throw him this way. Oh, that's okay. It's a good hip throw. But this one, the body is weaker laterally. And that's what this is working on. So we're really working on this kazushi. It's a side angle type thing. And just lift him up. See, he's nothing holding him up on that side. Now you can work a good hip. Some guys will work a sweeping movement, harai goshi. Some guys will do taiotoshi. Whatever. Can you do this with a harai goshi? So if you don't like just a flat Tsuri goshi, you can come in like a harai goshi. Okay? You can do a taiotoshi. And a taiotoshi. So any of those work, but the idea is you're lifting them onto your hip and throwing them over it. Okay? So one last time here. The key thing here, guys, is not to go this way. I don't want to try to pull him this way because he will resist backward. Okay, he's going to stop that. And by the way, see this here? He may put that there. I'm still going to beat him if I pull here like this. I've nullified his arm. So look at his arm. He's posting here. And generally in judo, he'll get in trouble for that pretty quick. But if he doesn't, he's like this, and I try to throw him forward, that stops it, right? Okay. But if I throw him sideways over here, see that? Pull him in, it kills that arm. So it makes his arm useless in a defensive situation. Okay, so the side movement, one last thing, then I'll let you practice. And when you come in, like this, see that? See where my toe points, that's the direction he's going to fall. Now shift the hip right in there, and I'll toss it. You could use a harai, doesn't matter. One last time, get the side in. So watch the side. It's a side Tsuri goshi.